A person's life is not limited by their circumstances, it is limited by the size of their thinking. History has proven this again and again through people like Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, and Jeff Bezos. They were not born into extraordinary comfort. What made them different was not luck, it was vision. In his famous book Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill wrote, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve." But if that is true, then why do so many people live small lives? Why do they settle for average? Why do they stop dreaming after a few failures? Today's story will answer these questions and teach you a lesson that might completely change the way you see yourself. So stay with me till the end, because this story might be the turning point in your life. In a small town surrounded by dusty roads and broken buildings lived a young man named Arman. Arman worked at a tiny photocopy shop near the bus stand. Every day, from morning till night, he made copies of documents, stapled papers, and earned just enough to survive. Whenever customers asked him about his future, he would smile and say, "This is fine. At least I have a job." Deep inside, he had dreams. Big dreams. He wanted to start his own business. He wanted to travel. He wanted to give his parents a better life. But every time those dreams appeared in his mind, another voice would whisper, "People like you don't become successful. Be realistic. Stay in your limits." One evening, an old school teacher entered the shop. He recognized Arman immediately. "You were one of the brightest students in class," the teacher said. "What are you doing these days?" Arman shrugged. "Just working here, sir. Life is simple. Dreams are for rich people." The teacher looked at him carefully and asked, "Tell me, Arman, if I put an eagle egg in a chicken's nest, and it grows up among chickens, what will it believe it is?" Arman replied, "It will think it's a chicken." "Exactly," the teacher said. "And it will never fly, not because it cannot fly, but because it never believes it can." Those words hit Arman like lightning. That night, he couldn't sleep. Was he living like that eagle? Had he accepted a small life simply because he saw small examples around him? The next morning, instead of going straight to work, he did something different. He bought a notebook. On the first page, he wrote in bold letters, "Think bigger, live bigger." He began writing down ideas, business ideas, skills he could learn, people he could connect with. For the first time, he allowed himself to imagine success without fear. At work, instead of just copying papers, he observed customers. What businesses did they run? What services were in demand? What problems could he solve? Slowly, his mindset began to shift. He stopped saying, "This is enough." He started saying, "This is just the beginning." Months passed. After saving a small amount of money, Arman started offering graphic design services online at night. The beginning was hard. Few clients. Many rejections. Long nights. But this time, he did not shrink his dreams. Whenever doubt appeared, he would repeat, "If I think small, I stay small. If I think big, I grow." 1 year later, Arman left the photocopy shop. 2 years later, he hired 2 employees. 3 years later, he moved his parents into a new home. One day, while attending a business conference in the city, he saw his old teacher again. The teacher smiled. "I can see it in your eyes," he said. "You finally learned to fly." Arman replied softly, "No, sir. I didn't learn to fly. I simply stopped believing I was a chicken." They both laughed. But deep inside, Arman understood something powerful. Nothing around him had magically changed in the beginning. Not his town. Not his resources. Not his background. The only thing that changed was the size of his thinking. And when his thinking expanded, his actions expanded. His confidence expanded. His opportunities expanded. Years later, when people asked him the secret of his success, he always said, "Your life will grow only as much as your vision grows. If you think small, you live small. If you think bigger, you live bigger." Life is shaped by how you see yourself. If you see yourself as ordinary, you will stay ordinary. If you see yourself as powerful, capable, and destined for more, you will start acting like it. Remember, the cage is not around you. The cage is inside your mind. Break it. Think bigger. And you will live bigger.